prayer. Amen. Lord, again, let them get cheap bonds and get out. And Lord willing, we be able to support and help. But nobody else say, I'm tired of it. I don't know about nobody else. It's getting old. It's getting old. That's just being, you know who done really got me upset, though? These Negro leaders. I'm sick of these Negro leaders, Ray Lewis and all the rest of them. You know what killed me? All these people that come out, the attorney general, first black attorney general, and the other nigga before her. All these people jumping out talking about what blacks don't need to do. They would have never got their jobs if it weren't for these people. You do know how all these blacks got these jobs, right? It was from protesters. It weren't for people carrying signs. It was from people setting buildings on fires. It was from people that were throwing bricks through windows. That's how Obama got his job. They would have never gave you these jobs and positions if it didn't cost them nothing. These Negro leaders, just please shut up. I'm sick of them. That's why I don't like. I can understand white people position. They just trying to save America. But they always flounce a nigga in my face. That really upsets me. They done brought some black woman general out. Why she ain't somewhere cooking biscuits or something? Talking about at 10 o'clock she want everybody at home in the bed. Nigga, is you sick? In the bed? She said go to bed. This done got way too far. This done went way too far. Now you saying in the bed at 10 o'clock? We going back to the fields. I ain't going. If you send me out there to pick something, I'll bring it back. If I was you, I wouldn't eat it. You know right? You're going to have some poo on it. And that's not for no animal either. Y'all hear me? Y'all all right? Well, thank the Lord. It's something got to change. And I appreciate the Caucasians that's out on the line, other people. It's people out there on the line that agree as well. And the only way to actually fix this problem is going to take everybody. We can't just lay down. It's not just about Freddie Gray. So I know you used to bring up no Freddie Gray. It's about all the other Grays. Matter of fact, it's not even about the Grays. It's about all the blacks. It's constantly our people being shot, falsely imprisoned, being beat, being economically raped, impoverished, living in bad neighborhoods. Our schools are atrocious. I mean, we got so many issues. You know, it just took these killings to finally awaken us to say enough is enough. And I don't want to be one to just sit in here and talk and not be willing to put my money and my behind where my mouth at. So I'm willing to go out there. I'll be honest with y'all. People can say what they want. They can say, well, the people out there, and they trying to talk them down because, honestly, if the people keep doing what they're going to do, y'all ain't going to believe this, but they're going to wind up killing them. So let's look at this. Before they was marching, they were getting killed. So at this point, you force the hands of people to say, what's the change? They saying, go home before the police wind up hurting you. They saying, why won't the people leave? The people still saying, that's why we out here. Is anybody conscious? That's what they've been doing. They've been hurting us. They killing us. And you know it's bad when gangs can get together and drop truce. We talking about 40-year truce. You know, I mean, just hatred. They jump down and they're hugging each other saying, enough is enough. This is people that fight for territory, for colors and other stuff, and they saying enough is enough. So I did talk with a couple of pastors today, and we're looking to meet. And I did express to them that I can put some things aside for one common cause, and that's the fact that Atlanta in no better shape. My mother was telling me on last week that in Mount Zion, over in Mount Zion area, they had a black police chief and a black city manager, and the whites resigned. So when they talk about us, we're looking at them. When their buildings were hit in 2001, I remember Zell Miller saying, bomb the blank out of them. When whites were killed, they said, bomb all of them. So when blacks are being killed, what are we supposed to be saying? Nonviolence. We're supposed to say peaceful protest. Go to sleep at 10. The lady said she wants us at home in the bed at 10 o'clock because she want to go to bed at 10 o'clock. She's a dumb, ignorant black woman ain't looking at this issue affects you too. This is where we have a problem at this point where I'm looking at, I compromise nothing I preach. I ain't making no deal on nothing I stand for the Lord. But this is an issue that affects all of us. And all they waiting on is they getting them down now to 10 o'clock. This is the third night. They already saying now in the bed at 10 o'clock. Now, by tomorrow night, I'm telling you they're going to do. This will eventually, they're going to, once you keep reducing them down, you're going to break it down to 8 o'clock. To after a while, you're going to have us right back in the slave time, where we already been. It's time for the people to stand. I don't blame them for standing. These grown people. As long as they ain't doing nothing wrong, if they doing something wrong, then lock up the people you saying doing wrong. We grown. We can't tell nobody grown to go home at 10 o'clock. You tell a child that. These people grown. This is the problem we got. We saying don't stereotype all of us because of a few people. Well, you tell me I got to go home because somebody else threw a window. That ain't my problem. I'm a grown man. I ain't got no business being forced to go in my house at no 10 o'clock. Now you say in the bed at 10 o'clock? The black officers, I tell them, get in the back. I'll be honest with you. This is what I have a problem with. I'll be looking at these white boys saying, wow, now you want me in the front? There ain't nobody thinking saying, now you want to roll me out and talk to black people. You go talk to them. Matter of fact, get the men that broke his neck, Freddie's neck. Let us talk to him. I think the protesters would like to talk to them. If you want to get some real resolve, bring them out like they did years ago when they brought black people and they released them out to white people. So they don't want to talk about that, though. They don't want to talk about that. When they would lock blacks up and then they would bring them out and release them to the Klan while they sit outside and turn their back and go back inside and be like, what happened? Well, let's play the same game now. Bring them 6 officers out, release them to the people, and go back inside. But this is how they hypocrite. Now, this is something I would advise to the protester. When the news bring the camera to you, take the camera. They're going to burn you later with the footage. See, they ain't thinking. Don't let them get you on tape. These people are not your friends. They want you on tape because later on they're going to release. The police already said they prosecute. They said prosecute. Listen, this is the problem I got, though. We've seen tape of how many blacks being killed. But we've been told you can't prosecute. It's under investigation. It's all allegedly. Black man shot in the back, running away. Allegedly he was shot. So I don't see how we can actually say those people actually looted and broke in them store. Allegedly at that point. I think we should be able to get them 2 weeks and let us look over the footage. So we can sit down and decide, we be an independent care. We get an independent party, let them review it. Let's come back with our facts in about 2 weeks or so. We're not actually going to tell them what our findings were. We'll just release them to some other people. See, this is game. This is all game. So now we've got to come up with a solution. While we're starting to get America to turn their attention to look, now it's time for America to sit down and America to pay the piper. Her chickens have come home to roost. 10 bears will go back no more. We can't stop it. Conyers ain't no different. We're the same little racist little town. All these little towns had never changed. You know what happened with people of color? The bad part is, it's always happened. Even the president came out today. You know what he said? Let's not act like this ain't been happening. This is what the nigga said now. He said today, let's not act like this new. Only problem I got with him, you got this skin and you grew up in Illinois. Chicago. You ain't know nothing about blacks getting shot. You hadn't known nothing about us being falsely incarcerated and you're an attorney? You from the streets of Chicago? You smoke weed? Come on, man. Come on. Come on, man. I don't even respect them. I don't even respect them. My goal is, in talking with some of these pastors, the goal would be economic sanctions against these people. The pulling down of every one of these black representatives that don't come out, that don't drop these positions and come out on the street with us and admit and go back and then fight that these are issues. Because how they got these positions, well, they lied to us and told us they were going to get in there and we were going to have a voice. That's why I've been told y'all don't believe in them. The lie they all told to get these positions now, well, they were going to get in there and they were going to be a voice for us. We had a black mayor, black police chief, commissioner, and we still were getting beat down and Freddie the Great neck got broke. So do we leave these people in office or we look at these as part of the problem? See, you can't just keep putting it all on whites. You got to blame the blacks that's getting in here cutting deals with these people. Y'all hear me? We got a black president and nothing's changed. He ain't done nothing but tell the governor you got power to release the National Guard. Put the National Guard. Lock them thugs up. Thugs, the same people that's emulating what they saw in the 60s. Thugs in the 60s that came and did what they done because of injustices and blacks being falsely incarcerated and beat. That's why we able to sit and do what we able to do now. A lot of these black folks, a lot of us too young, even myself on something here, they don't remember having to dress child as misters. Little kids are Mr. and Mrs. Grown, rusty black folks got to dress little white kids as Mr. and Mrs. You've always, no matter what, they never call the old black people Mr. and Mrs. They call them by their first name. Why would they? They don't respect you. So now it's time for them to learn to respect us. Ray Lewis, I appreciate your video, but I need Ray Lewis for something right now. I'll get you later, Ray. I need you, Ray, right now. Because this is what I have to do right now. I got to put some things aside to fix a common problem. There's got to be a solution. And right now, the energy that I waste on fighting Ray Lewis and talk about what kind of dumb, stupid, ignorant, murderous nigga he is, I could be getting on a real situation. I don't expect for people to make changes as far as our people as a whole race, but we're looking to say at some point, you're going to have to treat us like men and women. We have to be people to be respected. We can't keep spending money here and getting treated like animals now. Y'all hear me? I'm sorry, Lord and animals. We spend money in this place. All of us not on no welfare system. A lot of us are taxpayers. A lot of us are innocent people and supporters of the country. A lot of us, I got members that served in the military that put their lives on the line. Now you come here to get killed here. So you came back from Iraq and Afghanistan and Vietnam to get killed here? You could have stayed where you were. So it's time to say no. My end is my concern where I'll be a part of it. It has to be economic sanction against these people. It's got to be to the pulling down of every one of these politicians that stepped up and put their mouth on us. Make sure we fight to get them out of office. Make sure they never elected. Also, every black athlete that sat and go on their field, that go and play basketball until our problems are fixed, we boycott them and we boycott the games. That's how we make them respect us. Listen, if this ain't an issue where all of us get together and do it, we're not going to do no good. Everybody open their mouth against us, we make sure we break them down. Baltimore, I support you. I support you, Missouri. I ain't going to run you down. I support you. Unfortunately, I can't join you at this time with rocks and burning down things, but I can sure pray for you. Pray God they don't kill you. Everybody my prayer said, Lord, don't kill them. Don't let them folks shoot them and kill them. I'm praying for you, but now it's time to stop just praying. We got to put our money where our mouth at. We got to, this affects us. I was talking to Austin today. We working out. He said, I was thinking about it. He was on the property one day out here. On our property, he said the police pulled. He said my windows were fogged up. I didn't even know the police had pulled up on me. And he had rolled his window. He said, I just happened to let my window. He was standing right there with a light all in my car and everything. He said, I was just thinking about Daddy. That could have been me. They could have killed me. He said, I ain't seen it. He said, come my window was fogged up. I blinked my lights to tell my mother, go ahead and go. I was good. I'm getting ready to go. And the police just popped up on me, got a flashlight looking on my car. This is private property. But I said, you know what? That could have went that he could have gotten himself killed. So had that been my son, would I want civil disobedience? If that was my kid killed, neck, I'm talking about decapitated from the spinal cord, his esophagus broken. I mean, and you telling me by your own words, he didn't resist arrest. So then I got to ask myself, what was he charged with? Because I didn't hear about the drugs. I didn't hear about the knife. The knife was legal. All I'm hearing about, he's had run-ins with the law before. So are we going to use that if you've been in trouble before, that it's a right to kill you? Is that what we're going to use? It's open season to kill blacks that committed crime? Because I committed crime before. I committed several crimes. So if you kill me today and I've changed my life, we say that I'm responsible because of my past life that you killed me today? No, we can't do this anymore, people. So I'm definitely one saying Atlanta got to pay. Atlanta's been dirty, low down. Kathy Johnson, 100 years. What? We did nothing for her. Let's just be honest. 100-year-old lady. Y'all, how many of y'all not familiar with the story? Kathy Johnson. Well, let me tell you about her. Tell y'all what that heifer did. 100 years old. What was she, 96? 96. Y'all know she had the nerve to do what make her a heifer. She was in her own home, sleep. The police came, ripped her burglar bars off of her door, riddled 100 rounds of bullets through her house. Can you imagine 96, you in your bed, and you hearing burglar bars being ripped from your door. Police unloading 100 rounds of bullets while she's in the bed asleep. Was it her nephew, her son who lived with her, a drug dealer? She lived by herself. They took a dirty gun they had, the officers, and shot each other in the leg. And said when they came in the house, I came out and said something about the first house. I said, you show me a 96-year-old lady who could jump up from her sleep, get 4 rounds off before the officer shoot her, man, I'll show you a bad nigga, boy. Because the average, first of all, you got to get conscious with the situation. When you're going to wait from sleep and pop 4 officers before they pop you, come on, man. Then they come out, they shot themselves. Now, nobody asked, where did you get a 38 gun from? Police issued 9 millimeters, which means we keep a dirty gun on us. Nobody talks about this. What happened? Couple police quit. Some of them got a little something. That's been blown under the rug. We still got Kenny Walker down in Columbus, Georgia. Y'all heard me talk about him many times. He was stopped, and you know what this nigga did? He had the nerve. Now, this is the biggest atrocity I ever heard. To be coming from work. In his car, right? Who this nigga think he is? He's sitting in a car, Ryan, coming from work, and the police stop him. And he got the nerve to be the wrong car. When he snatched out and threw it to the ground, do you know how disrespectful this nigga mouth is? He had the nerve to ask the officer, what did I do? And he received 2 shots in the back of his head. Married with kids. Black man, like us. Had a white-collar job. Then they realized he wasn't even the right car. So this the wrong car and the wrong nigga you shot. What you would have did with the right car and the right nigga? The reason why it affects all of us, and then we sit back and we play like, well, that ain't me. That's like some of our black women say, they running their mouth now with some white folks saying, why they run? That's what you're going to use? What law say a criminal can't run? Is it on the book where a Christian say a criminal can't? They're a criminal. Criminals going to do what criminals don't have, and then they're going to abide by. Everybody got the same law. Ain't on the book saying if you're a criminal and if you run, then that's a law. You get shot. That's what they do. You're still taught to only shoot a man when he's trying to invoke violence, danger to you, or threat to others. Amazingly, you see where we get more respect when they fight back. They don't throw bricks, bottles. Now they should have been shot by their definition. Now the police backing up. I'm confused. Let me get this right. No weapon, running away, shoot. Throwing bottles and bricks, back up. What did they tell you? This is what they respect. Let's be honest. Truthfully, they should have been shot. And I also tell you, you throw a bottle in it, bottles and bricks come in there, I'm shooting somebody. All of a sudden, bottles and bricks coming, they backing up. Look how they holding the line. Look at it. Look at the restraint they're using. You know what I'm saying? If you can do that with bricks and bottles, what make you shoot a man in his back when he running away? With no brick, no bottle, no gun, no knife. See, I'm not impressed with this stuff. For although they've been impressed with it, I'm not impressed with it. Please don't put this nigga stun in my face and tell me, I'm just proud of the restraint that they using right now. I think it's rather dumb. Because I tell the truth, I'm not going to be the person put on that line. Because if I ain't shot nobody in a brick stuff, they're going to be like, all of a sudden, bullets, because I don't know what's in them, but somebody hit me with some AP to my Magic Johnson P. I'm going to shoot the bottle, then I'm shooting the area it came from. I'm just being honest with you. Bottle flying in the air. I don't know if it's battery acid. I don't know what's in the bottle. But all of a sudden, they can use restraint. So all those black people and Ray Lewis and all these nice little video of Carmelo Anthony, but he ready to talk about not using violence. He the same nigga at the bus ready to fight Kevin Garnett because Kevin Garnett said somebody white. But he ain't got no problem with black getting shot. He at the bus waiting on Kevin Garnett. Kevin Garnett slept with his wife. Before I say that, because I'm going to need Kevin Garnett. Hold on. Kevin Garnett and Carmelo Anthony. I don't want to start no trouble. Because you know what I don't want to do right now? I don't want to rift between. I definitely don't want to put out another one of Andre bad stories. That's another reason. We ain't heard. Nobody ain't heard this. He supposed to have said something inappropriate about his wife was loose. He did not say he slept with it because I ain't know you don't wait on no nigga at no bus. You get on the bus. You clear the. His wife tastes like Cheerios? Well, after we finish this protest, we'll get the other protest. Because, the man tell you some stuff like that. It's two people you get at that point. You get him and you get your wife. Then it's Fruit Loops. And then you tell that joke. But anyway, whatever y'all do it after what we get done. So the second issue is the economic sanctions that we pose against these people, just like they do against other nations. Second thing, the politicians. Every one of them that come out, that speak against it, that stand up for these people, you make sure you unseat these people. You make sure you get rid of these people. Thirdly, the athletes that don't come off of these courts and these fields while these issues are being addressed, you don't protest them. You burn their jerseys. You burn their shoes, all of them. Because you ain't in no position to say, only reason you own them teams, only reason you getting the money you getting is because of protests, because of burnings and bricks. That's how. Let me say this. I'm not advocating the violence to people or really to the property issue, even though I know the frustration. I would be a liar if I said I did not understand the frustration. At the same point, let's just be real. How did you think you got as far as you got? If it wasn't for those demonstrations, we've forgotten the videos of people that were bitten by German shepherds, people that were water holes. Those were not peaceful protesters. That were people that was invoking violence. Look, they're not listening. They don't listen when you. Who's going to listen to me? I'm on the sidewalk, not bothering patrons. I'm not holding up business. I'm not holding up traffic. They have no reason to address my issues. This is just a ploy to make a fool out of you and make you go to Tom and Candy and buy more shoes. When you stop traffic, when you hold up businesses, when buildings burn, when these people looking at they ain't making money, then they respect you. Y'all hear me? They'll never respect you with a sign in your hand on a sidewalk and you got a certain time to march from 12 to 10. That's orderly. I don't have a reason to respect you until something comes up and now it costs me. Just like with all them National Guard, all these police officers they pulling out, not one of them working for free. You know at that point what they're looking at? It's an economic problem. See, when they keep adding up this overtime. Because I always wonder, this is overtime. When they put all these people on overtime here, the National Guard being deployed, these folks looking at, I'm a weekend warrior. Now, you done activated me, you start paying me full pay. So now these people start, the federal government and the police department and the cities got to sit back and start saying, this is costing us money. This is how you affect these people. Baltimore Orioles had to play in a stadium they were empty. We make every baseball game be played in an empty stadium. Every football game, every basketball game. These championships don't. This is when you heard them. The Floyd Mayweather fight, you boycott. Floyd ought to walk. What am I looking at? I hate Pacquiao. I'm going to kill this nigga. Let me think. Pacquiao called me nigga how many times? Pacquiao shot me in the back how many times? Got no time to fight this man. I respect it. Now he walk around. They can say, he'll punk. No, I'm going to quit. When he got out of that ring making $125 million, what kind of nigga is he going to be? He's going to be respected by who? He's going to fix what issues? With all that money he make, he ride through the wrong neighborhood, that little nigga gets snatched out and thrown on the ground just like the rest of us. So these athletes better wake up. Wake up. You drive that pretty car and ride through and that white boy don't know who you is because that man, he only know you by a number on your back. He catch you in the wrong neighborhood. You going on that ground like a drug dealer. By the time you open your mouth, you done got 4 arm blows and everything. We got to cut their fools off. Our neighborhood should be treated just like white neighborhood. You stop me, you call me mister. You come to me right. If I don't pose a threat, I ain't telling no police be stupid. If I don't pose a threat, give me my respect. What you asking for, give to me. You saying respect the law. The law ain't no good if it don't respect me. So now we make them pay. Now we make them pay. It's time for everybody. Well, we're looking to try to push it. My goal, I want to push this thing global. It's bigger than me. This thing bigger than Nino Brown. This every nation we been treated like this. This ain't just in America now. Everywhere blackface being seen, it been shown we've been treated like this. And it's time now for us to wake up and look at we not taking this junk no more laying down. When we respect, they just showed me another video. Zach Porter, the officer asked the man to get his ID. He reached in the car to get ID. He turned around, pop, 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 pop. He set my hands up, pop, pop, popped him with his wallet. He asked him for his ID, standing right here, get your ID. The guy reached the car to get, pop, 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 pop. I'm yet to find out what these people being arrested for, though. Young man on here bite that guy shot with a cell phone. If the man, I was a drug dealer. If the police come behind me and say, get off my bike and come in. I got some dope or a gun. There is no way I'm finna go up to the police. So you know he ain't have nothing. This man was shot 4 times in the back. Now they just releasing the tape. They've lied and covered this up the whole time. They had the dash cam. His white counterpart sitting there letting him know, you know I got your back, right? He wouldn't even now let him know the tape. The man seen him, he said, you know I got your back. I wouldn't lie to you. He said, I know. He went and lied and wrote a statement, said he told the boy to get on the ground twice. Never did it because the tape showed he didn't do it. This is what you got to ask yourself. How many of these shootings we got, though? Now, we got these on tape that they just released, and there's plenty more. How many we got ain't on tape? All we saying is this. Can we afford not to get up there and activate? Can we afford to keep spending money on a place that don't respect us? No, there's no way if we were shooting whites or Mexicans, they'll walk in black stores and buy nothing. Because they'll feel like everybody that support it, you become an enemy to it. Every one of these people that support this, that support that running these people down, they wearing Baltimore, thugs, nothing but hoodlum, make sure these niggas never hold another seat. Cut them out of here. I'm telling you, it's time for us to make a difference. We pastor these people. Who got to bury these kids? I'm telling you, pastors, at some point, stop. We got to stop using the safety of these pulpit, get out behind out here, and then make a difference. It's time. It affects me. I got kids. I'm a man. They can shoot me down. I got a black. They could kill her. At what point do we say enough is enough? We can't let them put this all on Baltimore. They can't put all this on Baltimore. It's every one of these states. Every one of them responsible. Every one of them are responsible. When you can let a white man shoot a black man in the back, facing the ground, with officers on top of him, and let him go on vacation, ruled by a judge, this junk got to stop. Vacation? What judge would sit here even hear some foolishness like that? Rule he can go on. You killed a man, unarmed man, because you said taser. Didn't make sense to tase him. He was on the ground with 4 officers on him. Why was he being tasered? But it's protocol. All they getting was another weapon. You know what the taser good for? Y'all don't. Back during the apartheid government, the apartheid government was the white government that come from England. I listen to a lot of blacks love Europe and all. I don't care for that stuff. It all just disgusts me to think about just all the deplorable, despicable stuff they done. Europe is just as guilty as America. They ain't no better. I don't know why black everybody. I read, Europe. Shut your mouth. Europe invaded Africa. That makes no sense to y'all. It makes no sense. All you hear, when I hear a black man, you have been domesticated. You've been domesticated. You take a dog that's been living in a house and been spoon-fed, put him in the woods and watch him die. All I get when a man tell me about how great Europe is or how great you've been domesticated. What else do you know? During the apartheid government, which was England, Brit rule, that came over and kept the black kids and all, and kept them oppressed, they would take the black men, they would take battery cables. You know, jumper cables. How many know how tight those battery cables be once you release? Put these on a black man's genital. Hook the other end up to a battery and throw water on them. Or hook them to a metal frame bed and hook it up to a metal frame. And this still goes on. Ain't nothing stop. This stuff has never stopped. Africa is in worse shape than we in. We in bad shape. We in bad shape. Let me tell you something. Nelson Mandela is like one of like a million or so blacks that did so much in fighting against apartheid. There are so many blacks. Let me tell you something. Every one of these blacks they arrested, they gave falsified crimes to them. Anytime you stand up against them, they falsified crimes to these people and wrote up their deaths as suicide. They put them in jail, beat them, hang them, kill them, electrocute them. Bury them right there. Same thing they do in America. That's where they learned from. They learned it from their daddy. That's what they learned how to do. They learned it from our daddy. The only reason a lot of these black officers even had their job was because of these people that protest. These people protested. You know what our demands were? We needed our own people in our neighborhoods to police us. That was the worst thing we ever got. When they got in our neighborhood, they forgot. You from the neighborhood. You know how the white ones do us. Now you done jumped on the same boat. Once they got these guns and badges and the white man let them eat with him and play with him, then all of a sudden now, he a whole nother, now he come out on TV, y'all niggas, tear down my city, niggas. You saying, wow, you think we burn down where we stand because we hate us? We burn down our home because it hadn't been right to us. These people haven't been fair. We forgot. Y'all, let's not let these suits and shirts and dresses and y'all make a fool like some of you say you don't pull yourself up by your bootstrap. You got a degree. You ain't nothing but a nigga now. Even these college kids are walking out these campuses now. They're going out here saying black life matter in this time. You know what? You know what they always say? Niggas don't do nothing but kill each other. We stopping this against one another. Y'all hear me? When gangs can stop killing one another enough to say, you know what? That's bad. That lets you know it's pretty bad. When gangs, major gangs, hugging, saying, we ain't fighting one another. They said, we don't call the truce. This is a problem for all of us. We got to stop it. We got to stop it. So that's my goal. I don't know how hard it'll be, how long it'll take, but this ain't a short-term solution. This is a long-term solution we got to get. It's going to be a long fight problem. But we got to let these people know enough is enough. Enough is enough. Y'all hear me? How long before one of us get mistaken, thought, and you gun down and shot right here? And they just happen to keep a dirty gun on them. It ain't no tape. I'm telling you, I'm scared with a tape. What you think will happen if they stop me? He don't have one. I'm just being honest. If I can get gunned down and shot with tape, everything going on, what the man gonna do me if I don't have one? I gotta ask him for one. At least that might give me a chance. It's bad enough when you gotta take a gun. You get stopped and just say, it's gotta be who first. That's how they making it. It's crazy. So all we asking for is what fair. What's fair? That's all. I ain't asking white America to give us nothing. I ain't asking white America to do nothing. All I'm saying, let's just make right. Let's make wrong. Y'all got me? We got problems with our own people, but right now let's deal with a major problem we got. We being killed by the authorities and we getting no justice. I don't expect the criminal to do right. I don't expect the gang. I don't expect the gang to do it. When the gang come and kill people, I ain't expecting that out of a gang. But I'm looking at people that's supposed to be the law officials, the people that's supposed to be instituting, the people that's supposed to be sitting out here executing it. I'm expecting you to be right. I'm expecting you to be fair. So don't come tell me about, well, y'all been kidding with. I ain't expecting that from people that's not in the position. I'm charging people with the position. Y'all got me? Councilmen, congressmen, mayors, all these people, we charge them. Every one of them with being partakers of these crimes. The mayor, she said here, she done sold out now. Come Friday, all transparency. Come Friday, they're going to give you that. We never said we were going to give it to you. We said we're going to turn it over Friday because they already know they're going to do. They're going to doctor it up and they're going to come up to. Now, they got to, this is the thing, they got to play it off. They're not finna sit up and admit that the officer was wrong. They're not going to do that. They got to watch it. They got to see, first of all, how much is this finna cost them. Somebody's going to be a sacrificial cow. But if they can get that blown off and get people back on the street just marching with signs and you got a certain time to march, they're not going to charge the officer. Don't be stupid. Because, see, y'all didn't pay, when they first let them go, people didn't pay attention. They were suspended without pay. When you suspend an officer without pay, because you already know, am I correct? It made no sense. Only way you suspend them without pay, because I already know I got you dead to right. But I got to go through the cycle. When I ain't sure, it's suspension with pay. Once the white come back out, they had to come back. They had to suspend them with pay because they're still under investigation. So these people you're gonna lock up from these news tape, they need to be in jail with pay. They need to be. Let's do the same system because I don't know how you're gonna be able to prosecute them out the rip. It needs to be investigated. All that's allegedly. I don't see how you can identify people right off a tape and make them criminals when we can't even identify police officers with badges, with their own camera. And we still can't make them criminals. So I just want to make sure we got, please, y'all, I hope my members, don't be running y'all mouth against them protesters. I tell you, keep your head up, child. Things are going to get easier. There's a bunch of them out there. You know, they keep saying, they only got 4 more hours before they have to go home. That's all the news keep saying. They got 4 hours before they go home. Man, shut your mouth. Quit talking. Don't even talk to the white men. They don't need to hear nothing from them. Tell them, man, get that camera out of my face. You gay? And tell them you gay. Get that phone. Get that thing out of my face. I don't act like they want to hear you say something. Don't tell them, get out of our face. You part of the same antic. They lied on it. When they marched in New York, they went and took tape and the news media saying they were talking about killer police. They ain't bringing that. They ain't here talking about that, did they? How many of y'all didn't know about that? They came back and apologized. They took a tape where black people were chanting, took it saying, they were saying kill the police. Oh, yeah, they ain't talk about that. They'll, listen, blowed it right on the rug and moved it. Now, those police in New York, remember the New York police were talking about they were ready? Because they heard the news tape. The news brought them a tape saying that the protesters were saying they were going to kill the police. They never said that. So I encourage our black people, quit talking to the media. We'll only address them when it's time and necessary. They don't need to hear everything. Don't tell them if they come. We come and say, get your camera back or lose your camera. You tell them one. I'm serious. Ain't no time. I always wonder. Ain't no. Where have they been? All they looking to do is sell a news story, sell paper. Don't keep talking to these people about that. Let's show them better than we tell them. We got to get together first and get a strategy. You run in your mouth. You give them too much information before we get everything locked down. That's how they divide them. Then run to the police. The protest saying at 10:01, they're going to be over there in the corner. They're going to quit talking. They'll see. The police ain't, know what they ain't telling you, what the police finna do. Then quit telling them everything you finna do. Let them see. Y'all all right? So Atlanta, New York, everybody, also in Missouri, they don't start a back out protest. I support y'all. Y'all stay out there. Because it's more than just that young boy. Michael Brown wasn't the only one of these people have killed and beat and incarcerated. Everybody keep making like it's this one person. Y'all spitting on the grave. Nobody spitting on their grave. You should have never made the grave. You're looking at how many of these atrocities we going to stand for. Quit letting these people program out talking about this deal. It's just Freddie Gray. What about his memory? What about your mama memory? And your daddy memory? Oh, we're trying to throw somebody up on us, trying to act like that's what they would be hurt today. He would be, I tell you when he was hurt. He was hurt when his knee was in his neck, when it's serving from his skull. I heard him say, He wasn't hardly no protesters. He's talking about how hurt. I guarantee he'd have liked to have been hurt by us protesting rather than by you breaking his neck. Quit telling me how somebody dead gonna feel. Quit listening to these lying people. Y'all all right though? What a reason y'all need to hear that tonight. Don't let know all y'all black Negro leaders for now. I call a truce with you. Just don't do nothing stupid. I'm saying just don't do nothing stupid. All we need to do, let's just fix a common problem. As soon as we can get through, we'll talk. But right now, I'm being honest with y'all, we got an issue that affects all of us. So I can put some of my differences aside. Just nothing I believe in. Nothing I believe I can't put aside. I believe in this issue of equality for us, being fairly treated, and to be respected. I believe in that, just like I believe in this book. Y'all hear me? I believe that just like I believe in this book. And for that, I'm willing to stand for that. So my kids, Martin Luther King talked about his kids and one day what they're going to do. He was talking about his death. I'm looking to be alive to see this happen. The only way to do it, economics. Y'all hear me? I'm not telling people to burn down stuff. I'm not telling people to go tear up nothing. But all I'm saying, I ain't got nothing bad to say about you. I don't have nothing bad to say about it. Everybody talk and say what you want to. I ain't got nothing bad to say about it. Because that'd be different and nothing ever happened to them. They was out there just tearing up something. Because I seen white people tear up whole countries. Nobody from Iraq hit those buildings in New York. But I guarantee the Iraq is paying for it. Nobody in Afghanistan flew a plane supposed to be 19 Saudi Arabia citizens on it. But I guarantee you every Afghan over there paid for it. I can show you kids over there walking around with one leg. Kids walking around with arms. We still got mortar shells and stuff buried over there. They don't talk about. Y'all don't want to talk about no real issue. But you know how that, when it affect white people, other people got to pay and got nothing to do with it. When it affect us, all we asking you to do is just be peaceful. Peaceful protest. Just remember Freddie Gray, how hurt he'll be his mama. I'm sure his mama should be more, she would be an idiot if she ain't more hurt by her son being killed by them than to be so hurt by black people out here on the line saying no more black life being taken. See, black, get your issue right. Quit letting these folks wheel you out in pro. I tell these folks, I ain't calling back nobody. That'd be an insult to me. You come, listen, we need you to come out and talk to the protesters and try to get them to be nonviolent. So, well, who talking to the police? Who talked to the police before they killed my son? Let me see them. See, they program us all the time. I always roll a nigga in our face. They go, oh, that's my city. Well, you can't. I'll sit. Ray, I'm going to get you later.